Hi, it's Jody here, and I'm here to bring you your next edition of the Clean Kiss Lab. And today's discussion is going to be all about answering a question that I actually get. It's probably my second most common question that I get, which is, how do I repair past sun damage that I've done to my skin, number one, and number two, how do I prevent further damage from happening to my skin? And I believe that the reason that so many women ask, how do I prevent further damage, is because they know that they were very bad with their skin when they were in their teens or their 20s, or maybe even up until very recently, and now they're seeing the effects on their skin. So I just want to point out the elephant in the room. So on my face here, this is why I thought it was so timely today actually to record this video for you, because on my face I have this dark spot. The reason it's dark is because I just had laser treatment done to a hyperpigmentation spot, which most likely was from sun damage, and it was something that reared its head about 4 or 5 years ago. So I've been slowly lightening it over time, but it got to the point where I was starting to get worried that it would perhaps get worse or it would spread, because one of the things that we know about sun damage is this is likely damage that I did back in my teens or my 20s. It can take that long for sun damage to actually, for the cells to actually come to the surface. So don't think that just because you were foolish by not wearing sunscreen and by bathing out in the sun back in your 20s, if you think you've escaped it, I can assure you that it's in there somewhere. It's in your skin, and it can be triggered and it can actually surface, which is actually what happened to me here. So whether it was, it came out by stress or by a little bit of sun exposure that I had without sunscreen on, and that was the trigger that it needed in order to create this dark spot. Now it's only this dark because I had laser. It was definitely lighter. Definitely I've been able to lighten it over the years. But what I wanted to share with you is that I'm going to talk a little bit about some natural products that you can use in order to repair some past damage, and B, in order to prevent further future damage from happening. So part of this discussion, of course, has to be about sunscreen, because I'd be remiss to only talk about serums, which is what I'm planning to talk about today, without addressing some sunscreen products that you should be using in order to make sure that this doesn't happen to you. Now, for those of you that maybe don't know me, I am diligent about wearing sunscreen every single day. Whether I leave the house or not, I put on sunscreen. So I'm going to show you in a few minutes what types of sunscreen I use and what I recommend that are clean and natural and mineral based. But first I want to talk about that whole, how do you repair and how do you prevent further damage from happening? So first let's talk about prevention. Okay, because this would be your first step in your morning skincare ritual. So after you've washed your face, you would apply this Fresh Kisses Vitamin C Serum. So this is formulated with vitamin C from amla berry seed oil, and it's also got hyaluronic acid. And the beauty of hyaluronic is it actually brings moisture to the surface of your skin. Hyaluronic acid is something that is naturally produced by our body, but we slow down production of hyaluronic as we age. And so finding a product that actually combines both vitamin C and hyaluronic acid is tremendous. And that's what I've done here, is I wanted to create a serum that you can use every day that will actually prevent further damage from happening. And that's what vitamin C does. Vitamin C specifically helps to prevent free radical damage from happening on your skin. And free radical damage comes from the sun's UV rays. It also comes from environmental toxins, and it comes from stress and other things that can create free radical damage to the skin. So definitely using a vitamin C serum every day is a really, really smart idea for all of you that ask me, how do I prevent further damage from happening? So there you go. It also just really brightens your skin. So it's really tremendous, and always, continue down on your neck and on your décolletage, okay? Now, the second, so that's the prevention piece, okay? That's the Fresh Kisses Vitamin C Serum. The second piece is, how do you repair and nourish? So this is Kiss Me You Fool. This is my rosehip seed oil serum with jojoba and with vitamin E and essential oils. And so what you want to do is first use the vitamin C serum to get that free radical prevention and really make sure you're protected. And then you follow up with the oil-based serum, and that will just seal everything in, and you'll feel really nice and nourished and really healthy. Okay, so those are the two serums, and that's how they work together every single day in order to help prevent and repair further damage happening to your skin. So for all of you that ask me that question, that's number one, is to start with some clean skincare that is natural, that is going to give you the protection that you need from vitamin C and from healthy plant-based oils. Now, number two, of course, is sunscreen. So I would be really neglecting a really key part of skin health if I didn't tell you that you had to wear sunscreen every single day. So what I'm holding up here are just 3 sunscreens that also do double duty because they have a tint to them. So they have a tinted moisturizer as well as sunscreen in them. So this is the one by Beauty Counter. I use this one every day. It matches my skin tone because it comes in like 20 or 30 different colors. And this is an SPF of 20. So this is great if I'm only staying inside. And yes, I do wear this even when I'm inside. I make sure that I'm wearing sun protection. But I wanted to show you a couple of other options. This is by Kula, and this is an SPF of 30. And then this one is Elta MD, and this is an SPF of 40. So there's some really nice options depending on, what your comfort is and what you're looking for. Now, those are for when I'm staying inside. If I know that I'm going to be outside and I'm going to be out, running or biking or walking or whatever outdoor activity, or at the beach or at the pool, then absolutely I go for more, okay? So it is recommended that you wear a minimum of 30 SPF on your face. And note to my 20-year-old self, I wish that I had been wearing SPF 30 every single time I went outside, instead of all those long runs I would go on without wearing any sunscreen or without wearing a hat. And now I'm obsessed with wearing a sunscreen and a hat every single time I go outside. So here's some other really fun and nice options. I love this one also by Beauty Counter because it's a stick. So it's great to use on your nose, your forehead, your cheeks, the tops of your ears, all the places that we tend to need a little bit heavier coverage. So that's Beauty Counter. This is also Beauty Counter. This one is sheer, and this is a 25, and this is great for face. But again, it's probably not got enough SPF. 30 or more is better. So, I do use it. I love it. As you can see, the tube is almost gone. I love it because it's sheer and I can use it underneath makeup, and especially if I'm going outside for activity. And then finally, this is a spray by Beauty Counter, and I love this as well. This is a 30, and this I don't use on my face, but I use it all over my body and I reapply it often. So when you want to know how do you both prevent and repair past damage, these are your babies that you have to be looking at, is these 2 types of serum. And I'm very thankful for this rosehip serum over the last several years, because I know that this helped to significantly lighten this spot up. So when it first showed up, it was this dark, and then over the last few years it has faded, and it's only this dark because they lasered it. So in the next couple of days, it should scab, it should fall off, and then it should be fresh, normal, healthy skin, just like the rest of my skin color. And you will no longer see this. So I will also post a follow-up so that you can see how beautiful my skin looks once this sun damage is gone. So again, note to your younger self, make sure that you are wearing the sunscreen and make sure that you are doing things like wearing vitamin C serum in order to protect your skin. So I hope you found this helpful. If you have any other questions, be sure to email them to me at jody@cleankisslifestyle.com, and you can visit my website cleankisslifestyle.com. Thank you so much.